All right, hello everybody. We are here for the scrimmage between Joplin and New Heights Christian Academy. Just about ready for kickoff. I believe we're going to be doing 30-minute halves. Doesn't look like we have enough to do a JV game. So it looks like we'll probably just be doing a varsity match. The Joplin Eagles will kick the ball first. And that's the opening whistle. We're underway. Eagles are going to play it out of the back to get started. All the way back to the keeper. Hamlin comes up to pressure the ball. Schumacher defended on the far side. Eagles in possession, deflected away by Schumacher. He fights for the ball. Won by the Eagles, running down the far side. Back into the middle. Hudson Clevenger steps in. Flex the ball back into possession for the Eagles. It's Blanco on the back line for the Joplin Eagles. Hamlin defending. Eagles send it over top. Max Enretter wins it down into the middle. Ben Schumacher comes back to receive, plays it wide to Perry, and it's off the mark, goes out of bounds, throw in for the Eagles. Dropped into play. Hamlin comes in and wins it, gets it to Ben. Touch up by Perigin, stolen away by the Eagles. Into the midfield, played across the field. Bennett Thomas there, plays it back into the middle. Perigin comes on to defend, shot by the Eagles, deflected by Enretter. Dole kicks it away into the middle. Eagles back into possession, play it back to the back line. Hamlin still pressuring on ball. Thomas steps in, is able to win it. Looking at an option to play it back. Clevenger gets in the way and knocks it out of bounds. Throw in for the Eagles. Ball sent all the way across. Brake was there, decided not to play it. Goes over top of him, and Boney's able to make the save. Played out of the back to Dole. Dole to break. Possesses, gets it over to Dole. Dole back to Boney. Boney chips it over to the far side. Perry on the line. Stolen away by the Eagles. Sent across the 18 into the box. And dribbled into the goal. Boney again there for the save. Kickers aren't doing a great job positioning here. See if they can get settled. Boney plays it wide to Thomas on the near side, stolen away by the Eagles. Joplin down the line, Brandon Schumacher defending. Looking to get to the edge. Dole comes over to double. Sent back to the top. Hamlin steps in. All the way back to the back line for the Eagles. Hamlin again pressuring across the middle. Eagles stay in possession. Schumacher over on the far side. Eagles still in possession. Cougars haven't crossed the halfway line yet in possession. Perigin comes in and steals, and he's out on the run. Looking to counter. Perigin makes a good move to the top of the box, still fighting for position, gets into the box, looks to drop it back to Schumacher. The Eagles are able to clear it away. Over to the far side, Perry steps in, heads it down. Clevenger gets to it, plays it across to Bennett Thomas. Thomas looking at his options, controls the ball, leaves it for Clevenger. Clevenger getting doubled, still on the ball, drops it back to Dole. Dole cuts it back across the middle, carrying. Tries to find Schumacher. And a little bit too heavy. The Eagles are able to steal, but send it out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Ball put back into play. Schumacher to Perry. Perry back to the ball. And knocked off the Eagles, throwing again for the Cougars. Perry takes the throw. First touch by the Eagles and knocked out of bounds. Again, Cougars with the throw. Schumacher plays it to Perigin. Perigin trying to turn. Clips it back up into the middle and cleared away by the Eagles. Dole with good position. Anredder comes back, plays it wide to Perry. Out of bounds throw for the Cougars. Perigin comes over to take the throw. Ben Schumacher made a nice run, and Perigin's going to find him at the top of the box. The Eagles' Blanco comes in and clears it away. Corner kick. Corner kick for the Cougars. Schumacher takes the corner and headed down by Anredder. And the keeper's there to make the save. Anredder had considered not playing this season. Looks like he's back on the field. Great to see him. He's was a big contributor for the Cougars last season. Eagles back in possession. Played down the near side. Brandon Schumacher defending. Eagles played into the middle. Clevenger steps in, flicks it to Hamlin. Good job by Hamlin coming back to play the ball. And, actually they called him offside as he was off when the ball was kicked. Good job by Boney coming out of the box and clearing it. Blanco gets to it. Schumacher's in the middle for the Cougars. He's able to possess. Ben Schumacher on the ball. Plays it through to Hamlin on the run. Hamlin can't get a touch on it. He's still fighting for position. Eagles play it back to the keeper. Perigin's going to chase. Almost caused trouble there. Nobody in the middle, though, and the Eagles are able to get it out all the way across the halfway line into the center circle. Schumacher defending. Played through. Ball gets through. Dole, good job coming back to defend, and save made by Boney. That looked like a sure goal when that ball got through, but just got hung up a little bit, and Dole did a good job getting back to pressure. Dole sets up the play, gets it to Anredder in the middle of the field. Anredder back to Dole. Dole on the ground to Clevenger. Clevenger lets it roll on the turn. Eagles, good job defending and make the steal. Clevenger still defending. Drop back to the back line to Blanco for the Eagles. Blanco and Schumacher played their club ball together this season for Sporting Springfield, and they're both planning to play next season, I see. Eagles in possession again. Ball sent wide. Brandon Schumacher steps in and clears it away. And it'll be a throw-in for the Eagles. Eagles have their first subs coming in the game. Throwing into the box. Anredder's there, heads it back to Brandon Schumacher. Brandon tries to clear it away, but goes right to the middle of the field. Eagles into possession. Shot deflected off of Clevenger and rolls to Boney for the save. Boney punts it away all the way to the center circle. Blanco's able to head it down. Played to the near side. Thomas steps in to challenge. Schumacher on the ball to defend. Ball carried in, played into the middle. A good 1-2. It crossed the box. Nobody's there to connect, and that will go out for a goal kick for the Cougars. Clevenger takes the goal kick, plays it up to Bennett Thomas. Eagles are able to steal. Played back across the halfway line to the back line of the defense. Eagles back in attack, lose the ball. Clevenger on it, plays it to the middle of Perigin. Perigin, good touch to Hamlin. Hamlin wide to Thomas. Thomas settles, looks at his options, looking for Perigin on the run. Perigin sends it down the line for Hamlin to run under. Good ball spinning back, will stay in. Blanco's going to shield and goes all the way out the end line. Goal kick for the Eagles. Good patience by the Cougars on that possession. Did what we want to do. We want to get the ball at Perigin's feet. Perigin gave up that ball, though. Rather see him carry it and find feet. Blanco's going to play it out of the back to the near side, the right back. All the way across the field. Perigin comes up to challenge, and he's able to steal. Perigin carries wide into the corner. Eagles get position, and not sure if there was a foul called there or see if we can tell. Yeah, foul called. Oh, no. Just a goal kick. I think he was calling a foul. He said, who cares, just take a goal kick. Eagles play it out of the back. Blanco on the ball at the top of the box. Plays it to the near side. Ball on the ground. Clevenger's able to step in and steal. Gets it to Thomas. Thomas across the middle to Perigin. Perigin takes the shot, and save made by the Eagles goalie. Eagles in possession down the near side. Back into the middle, into space. Ball played up ahead. Too heavy on the touch, and Boney's there on the backside to grab it. Just about 15 minutes in, you can see that Cougars are starting to get a little bit gassed. Good touch by Anretter, wide to Schumacher. Brandon Schumacher on the ball, finds Perigin in the middle with room to turn. Schumacher's running, Perigin looking for the through ball. Schumacher gives chase to get to it. It's able to get possession, leaves it for Perigin on the run. Perigin from 20, deflected off of Blanco. And corner kick for the Cougars. Really nice possession there. Cougars. Good ball down by Perigin, and then Schumacher came on the follow. Or I'm sorry, was able to track it down and then left Perigin on the follow. All right, let's see if we can get a good angle here for this corner. Ben Schumacher taking the corner for the Cougars. Low ball in, deflected away by the Eagles. Perry comes up to pressure ball. Through ball. Eagles rushing to get back. Dole's there. Dole steps in, makes a good tackle. Breaks left with the ball. Foul called on that tackle. So free kick for the Eagles just outside the box. See if the Cougars can get everyone marked here on this corner. Eagles have a guy wide open at the top. He chips it in. Clevenger's able to head it away to that player. Perigin comes in to challenge. Perigin heads it forward. Hamlin chases. Hamlin's able to track it down, gets a touch. Perigin runs through, and the Eagles are able to clear. Perigin challenging Blanco for the ball. Clip to the far side for Grayson. Played down the line, out of bounds. And throw in for the Cougars. Another sub coming in the game for the Eagles. That's Aiden Gahn. Also played club ball with Ben over the years. Hamlin gets to the ball. It's held from behind, and they're going to give him that call. Free kick for the Cougars from, let's call it 30 out. Perigin sets up to take the kick. Got 4 back for the Cougars. 5 back, actually. Perigin takes the shot and goes wide of the post. Deflected off of the Eagles, so it is a corner kick for the Cougars. All right, Schumacher moseys his way over to get the corner kick. Field's still pretty much in full sun except for that little corner. Schumacher plays a high ball in. Clevenger's there. Perigin gets it off his shoulder. Loose ball. And the Eagles keeper is able to track it down. Punted away into the middle of the field. Bounces over the first line. Eagles player wins it with his chest, but Dole comes in hard and brings it down. Can't keep it in play. Throw in for the Eagles. Eagles drop it back to the back line. Blanco on the ball, plays it across. Schumacher comes up to challenge. Ball played on the ground. Eagles track back to get possession. Perigin comes in and steals. Perigin fighting for position, gets to the top of the box, sets up the shot, and he scores. Michael Perigin, great individual effort there, and puts the Cougars on the board. Take a look at this replay. Perigin steps in, fighting to get through, gets to the top of the box, and just nails a banger. One zero. Cougars have the lead. Ball played to the far side. Eagles on the run. Good ball down the line to Aiden Gahn. Being defended by Brake. Schumacher comes up to pressure the ball. Down the line. Carrying across the box. Brakes comes in, is able to clear. Hamlin pressures. Eagles play it wide to the near side. Brandon Schumacher defending. Clevenger comes in and is able to knock it away off of the Cougars, throwing for the Eagles. Eagles in possession, send into the top of the box. Header falls to Boney, and he's able to get the formation set out before he releases the ball. Plays it wide to the far side to Perry. Perry down the line. Can't find feet, stolen away by the Eagles. Brake steps in. Ball falls to Clevenger. Clevenger back to Perry. Perry goes for Perigin in the middle of the field, but deflected away by the Eagles. Throw in for the Cougars. Schumacher takes the throw to Perigin on the run. Perigin's going to get a step. Fighting for position, and Perigin commits the foul. Free kick for the Eagles. Good hustle. There's no real risk to making the foul there. Just try to work to get position to get a touch on that ball. Good job by Perigin. Blanco takes the free kick up in the middle of the field. Brake gets a touch on it. Falls to Schumacher on the far side. Ben Schumacher finds Perigin. Perigin looking at his option, cuts it back into the middle. Perigin on the run, getting to the top, gets tripped from behind. They got enough ball. Clevenger comes in, leaves it for Hamlin in the middle. Hamlin trying to find his feet, takes the shot, and goes just wide of the goal. Goal kick for the Eagles, but good job by the Cougars finding some possession in the final third. Free kick taken into the middle of the field. Ball falls in the center circle. Clevenger on. Chips it over to Schumacher. Schumacher settles, making a move. Holds up play for Perigin to run. Perigin sets up a ball across the box. Too heavy and goes out of play. Goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles into possession off the goal kick. Over here to the near side. Schumacher steps up to pressure. Ball played down the line. Good ball across as Anredder comes over to pressure. To the top of the box. Shot with the left. Boney tries to make the save. Can't clean it up. Off the post. And Dole's able to clear it away. Ball bounces over the first line. Schumacher's there. Clips it up to Hamlin. Hamlin on the counterattack. Schumacher keeps the run. Hamlin drops it back to Perigin. Perigin tracks back to find the ball. Fights through. Perigin tries to get through the double, still on the ball. Perigin all the way to the far sideline. Knocked off of the Eagles. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin takes the throw into the middle of the field. Clevenger's there. Hudson Clevenger into the box. Still fighting for position. Clevenger goes to the end line, looks across. Schumacher's there. Gets a touch and can't get enough on it. Dole comes in, gets possession. Dole working to find a teammate. Cougars lost their position a little bit. Eagles on a run. Brandon Schumacher comes in to defend. He gets past. Anredder comes. Shot goes over the goal. And that'll be a goal kick for the Cougars. Take a look at that last run. Got all the way to the 8-yard mark and took the shot. Couldn't put it on frame. Anredder sets up to take the goal kick for the Cougars. Plays it on the ground into the middle. stolen away by the Eagles. Perigin comes in. Eagles quickly into the box. Anredder, good challenge. Ball played high into the air. Dole comes in, heads it perfectly to Schumacher. Ben Schumacher fighting for the ball, carries it wide. Eagles good positioning and able to come in and steal, but can't keep possession. Out of bounds, it is the Eagles throw-in. Throwing down the line, loose ball, break clears. Into the center circle. Eagles into possession, played through into the middle of the field. Brandon Schumacher comes in to flex. Eagles in possession, Dole comes over. Cross to the middle, Perigin defending ball. Shot taken, deflected by Anredder. Perigin tries to heel it out of there. Back into possession for the Eagles. Clevenger defending. Across the middle. Shot off the mark, and goal kick is the ruling. Take a look back at the possession by the Eagles. Cougars kind of setting up in a low block, trying to deny any real opportunities in the final third possession for the Eagles. Anredder again to take the goal kick. Gets in the air, this time to Thomas on the near side. Thomas off of his chest. Is able to get back to the ball. Bennett Thomas carrying across, leaves it for Clevenger. Clevenger looks at his options, deflected away by the Eagles. Brandon Schumacher one touches to Thomas, stolen away by the Eagles. Ball played across. Shot with his left, and Boney's there for the save. Just under 4 minutes left to play here in this first half. Boney, good high top spinning ball into the center circle. Eagles first to touch. Thomas is there. Thomas trying to control it, clips it up to Hamlin. Ball's loose as ball's left for Clevenger in the middle. Clevenger finds Schumacher. Schumacher makes a touch, gets through the first line. Schumacher still on the ball, looking to find Perigin. Perigin looking at his options. Clips it to Hamlin. Hamlin at the top of the box. Deflected away by the Eagles. Goes to Clevenger from 25. Doesn't get a clean strike on it. Rolls wide of the goal. And goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles played out of the back on the goal kick. Blanco gets to the 20. Plays it on the ground to the near side. Brandon Schumacher comes up to challenge. Eagles are able to blow by. Dole comes in. Schumacher steps in and tries to defend. Eagles still in possession at the top. Into the box. Anredder defending. Takes a shot with his left, and Boney in perfect position to make the save. Boney quickly rolls it out, stolen away by the Eagles. Not sure what he was going for there. Brake steps in at the top. He's able to get possession to Perigin. Perigin sends Hamlin on the run. Hamlin's on. Gets the first touch, takes the shot, but can't get a square kick on it. It goes over the goal. Goal kick for the Eagles. Goal kick for the Eagles, played to the near side. Clevenger comes up to pressure. Drop back to the back line. Hamlin comes over. Thomas comes in on the challenge on the near side. Deflected away, Eagles throw. Throw in down the line. Clevenger heads it out of play. Throwing again for the Eagles. Ball played low. Thomas steals. Thomas tries to find Perigin. Stolen away by the Eagles. Good save. Across the middle of the field. Eagles into possession, looking to switch the field. Ball played over the top. Boney comes up to the top. That's Aiden gone. Boney gets into the box and makes the save. Just about 30 seconds left to play, it looks like, here in the first. Boney, good ball to the midfield. Won by the Eagles. Cut back into the middle. Perigin comes up. Schumacher comes up to help. Played to the far side. Schumacher tracks back to defend. Ball played to the top. Anredder's there. Anredder doesn't see him. Gets a touch. Is able to get it on the ground to break, but off the mark, Anredder clears it away. Good decision there. And throw in for the Eagles. I'm guessing here on time based on what we did last scrimmage of 30 minutes, but looks like it's running a little longer than that. Eagles back into possession. Shot from 35, and Boney's able to track it down. Headed down by the Eagles. Clevenger skies it into the air, still trying to get possession. Sends it over to the far side for Hamlin. Hamlin tracks back to the ball. In possession, finds Schumacher. Schumacher tries to cut it back, stolen away. Eagles carrying through the middle. Played to the near side. Sent across the box. Clevenger's there to clear. Perigin's on a challenge. Blanco there for the Eagles. Bouncing ball all the way back to the final third. Eagles with space in the middle. Played to the near side. Clevenger comes over to pressure ball. Back into the middle of the field, Schumacher comes. Space in the middle. As they get into the top of the box. Back to the midfielder. Clevenger steps in and clears. Hamlin's onside. He's all alone. Hamlin on the run to the top of the box. Keeper steps up. Hamlin takes the shot and scores. Cougars take a 2-0 lead. Cougars relying on their counterattack. Hamlin just at the top. Let's see if we can track that. Eagles left him all alone. Hamlin comes in and finds the back of the net. 2-0 the score for the Cougars. Eagles restart play. Ball played here over to the near side. Sent back into the middle. Perigin steals. Perigin flicks it to Schumacher. Schumacher in the center circle looking to play it over the top to Perigin on the run. Challenge comes. Perigin's able to stay on it. Takes the shot and sends it over the goal. Goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles played out of the back. Spencer Jackson in the game for the Cougars. Perigin steals. Fighting for position. Eagles are able to win it back. Clevenger steps in. Ball on the near side. Schumacher steps in. Brandon Schumacher on the ball. Eagles are able to find feet. Through ball if he's on. Anredder chasing. Boney comes out, deflects it, and break. Tries to clear it out of the box. Still at the top. Makes the fake into the box. Shot. And Boney's there again for the save. Another opportunity for the Eagles, but well defended by the Cougars. Boney punts it to the center circle, bounces over everyone. Blanco chasing back for it. Jackson gets a touch, back to the top of the box, and the keeper comes up to make the save. Spencer Jackson subbed in for Hamlin at the center forward position. Ball over to the far side. Connor Perry comes up to challenge. Eagles switch the field into the middle. Brandon Schumacher clears it back to the back line for the Eagles. Perigin deflects. Clevenger finds Perigin, back to Clevenger on the near side. Fight for position. Clevenger on the ball, switches the field to Schumacher. Headed away by the Eagles. Falls to Perigin. Perigin looking to make a move. Drops it back to Brandon Schumacher on the back line. And that will do it for the first half. Cougars lead 2-0. We'll send you through a first half recap here in just a minute, and then be back for the second half. All right, we're back, ready to start the second half. Looks like we're going to stay on the same side of the field. So like we were saying before the game, I wasn't sure if there'd be enough to do a varsity and a JV. Looks like the Eagles are starting out this second half with their JV squad. Maybe that's why we're staying the same direction. Cougars will take the kickoff. Spencer Jackson on the ball. Few new faces in the game. Brogan Reether on the left back. Bennett Thomas is out, and Brandon Schumacher has moved up to the left mid position. And then on the far right side is Brant Smathers. Ben Schumacher gets the ball. Perigin's able to win. Perigin on the far right side sends it through. Nobody's there to connect. Deflected away by the Eagles. Ben Schumacher comes down to challenge. Eagles in possession, played into the middle. Clevenger comes in to steal. Loose ball played ahead. Anretter there comes on the challenge. Eagles, good job possessing. Break comes up to challenge. Smathers steps in on the far side. Eagles coming on the run. Dole comes over to pressure. Ball sent in all the way across. It's still loose. Reether comes to defend, and they're able to get a shot off, but Boney's there for the save. Boney, big punted ball to the middle of the field. Grayson gets the first touch. Grayson Elick. Eagles into possession. Good shot just over the goal. Goal kick for the Cougars. Ball played out of the back for Dole. Dole gets it into the air over to Schumacher. Schumacher heads it forward. Eagles possess. Spencer Jackson comes over to challenge. Into the middle, stolen away by Schumacher. Cuts it back. Is able to stay on the ball. Falls to Jackson. Jackson touches back to the middle for Schumacher. Schumacher drag touches. Tries to set up a shot. Elick comes in to challenge and wins the challenge into possession for the Eagles. Ball played on the near side, down the line. Dole over there to pressure. To the end line, Boney lets it go out of bounds for a goal kick. Boney plays it out of the back to Dole. Dole cuts it over to Reether on the near side. Reether turns upfield. Gets it stolen away from behind, played across the box. Perigin hustles back to get a touch on it. Eagles back into possession. Breaks there. Break plays it wide. Stolen away by the Eagles. Ball played in, deflected away. Jackson touches it back. Reether steps up to play it. Over to the near side, Brandon Schumacher deflects and throw in for the Eagles. Jackson comes into pressure ball. Schumacher comes to double. He gets through both of them. Plays it across the middle. Ball played into the box. Boney lets it go. Dole comes in to shield. and they win a corner. Boney's just got to come get that ball. He's done a great job playing goalie today, but that was a mistake. Corner kick set up for the Eagles. Player short as Schumacher's staying with him. Sent it into the top. Perigin heads it away. Eagles in possession, send it back in. Deflection does nothing as Boney's able to track it down. Boney punts it to Clevenger in the middle of the field. Bounces through. Eagles into possession. Played into the middle. Clevenger steals it back. Looks at his options. Clevenger carrying across the middle of the field. Gets to the center circle. Chips it over for Jackson. Jackson runs under. And the Eagles are able to get there first and clear it away. Corner kick for the Cougars. Schumacher will come over to take the corner on the far side. Ben sends the ball into the backside. Perigin's there and heads it over the goal. He probably didn't have to jump there. If he would just stayed on the ground, it would have just, he had nobody marking him. So he, pretty open chance, but got it on the top of the head and bounced over. Brandon Schumacher comes in and deflects, can't control it. Throw in for the Eagles on the near side. Into the middle of the field, Spencer Jackson pressuring ball. Still a fight for possession. Eagles are able to get it out of that congestion. Over to the near side. Ball into the middle, challenged by Perigin. Perigin wins it and commits the foul. Free kick for the Eagles. I'm not sure. Driving ball sent in. Dole's able to win it. Trying to turn. He does, but missed touches stolen by the Eagles. Chipped across to the near side. Nobody's marking. Boney, good job reading, but can't control the ball. Tries to get back to it and shot. And the Eagles score. Boney was right there with his big paws, but let it hit off of his elbow instead. And 2-1 is the score. Or you could say 0 in the JV half. Take a look back at it. Boney's just right there for it. Just can't control it. All right, we're back to live action. Break clears it away up to Perigin. Perigin trying to get through on the run. He's going to get to it. Makes the move, looking to get the edge. Holds it up at the corner. Perigin working to get the end line. Gets into the box. Still fighting for the ball. Loses his feet, and the Eagles are able to clear. And Perigin commits the foul at the end of the play. Be a free kick for the Eagles. Hudson Clevenger is going to take a breather as Bennett Thomas comes in the game. Brandon Schumacher switching to a center mid position. Bennett coming in on the left mid. Eagles carrying across. Good ball into the final third. Boney reads it, comes up, and secures it. Boney side spinning ball to the far side. Eagles first to touch. Ben Schumacher was there but missed the header. Grayson Elick on the ball. Ball played to the near side. And the Eagles can't control it. Throw in for the Cougars. Thomas there to take the throw. Finds Brandon Schumacher in the middle. Elick's able to clear it away. Anreder steps in into possession. Plays it through, deflected by the Eagles. Schumacher pokes it away. Elick comes in and challenges. Ball out of bounds to the Eagles. Brandon Schumacher comes in to challenge. Elick and Spencer on the ball. Falls to Schumacher. Schumacher plays it back to Perigin. 1-2. Schumacher fighting to get position. Stolen away by Thomas. Gets it to Perigin. Leaves it for Thomas at the top. Elick comes in to clear. Dole's there to steal. Perigin tracks back. Gets a touch on it. Cuts it back into the middle. Perigin takes the three-toe shot and saved by the Eagles. Top spinning ball ahead. Thomas tracks back to defend. Jackson over to help on the ball. Reeder comes up to pressure. Eagles play it through. Anreder chasing back. And offside is the call. See if we can look at that. It's pretty close. Anreder may have been holding him on there, but he was past his main defender. All right, back to live action. Perigin sends it over the top. Jackson's going to give chase. Good job of shielding and communication by the Eagles back line. Throw out to the side. Ben Schumacher comes in and steals. Ben carries into the box and can't keep control. Ball falls to Perigin, but Eagles are able to sweep it away. Carried on the far side. Smathers defending. Dole steps in and gets a deflection. And Smathers clears it out of bounds. A couple subs coming in the game for the Eagles. Ball inbounds. Played back to the back line. Eagles chip it over to the near side. Is able to get over Thomas's head. Heavy touch as Thomas comes back to challenge. Ball played through. Anreder comes down the line to pressure. Reeder's there. Eagles are able to get it back into possession. Carried across the final third. Perigin deflects to the top of the box. Perigin still defending. Is able to get over to it. Perigin carrying into transition. Down the far sideline. Perigin bridge touch. Still in play. Tries to make a move to cut it back. And the Eagles are able to steal. Perigin steals it back. Gets around him into the box. Takes the shot, deflected by the Eagles, and corner kick is the ruling. That's the work rate that we know and love from Michael Perigin. Worked all the way back to the defensive box. Made the steal, carried it all the way to the offensive box and took the shot. Schumacher there for the corner kick. Sends it in. Perigin gets the header, but can't get it on frame. And goal kick for the Eagles. Eagles play it out of the back. Jackson comes over to pressure ball. Thomas comes up on the pass. Eagles in possession in the midfield. Brake comes in, wins the ball. Carries, finds Ben Schumacher. Ben at the top of the box, takes the shot, and the keeper deflects it. It'll be a corner kick for the Cougars. It's probably a break for the Cougars. I don't think that was going on frame. Let's see if we can look back at that and see. Good job by Ruben finding Ben Schumacher's feet there. Took the shot. And yeah, I think that was wide. Ben Schumacher over on the far post takes the corner. Jackson got a header on it. Goes to the near side. Thomas comes to chase. Sent down the line. Reether's there. Stolen away by the Eagles. Reether fighting for position. Clevenger back in the game on the back line, wins the ball. Looking at his option, Schumacher comes back on side. Plays it through to Schumacher. He cuts it down. Ben looking to make a move to get into the box. Sets up the shot and scores the goal. Good ball by Clevenger over the top. And Ben did the work to find the position to finish the goal. 3-1 overall, 1-1 here in the JV half. Of course, it's mostly the same squad for the Cougars, but the Eagles are playing mostly JV. Eagles carrying down the near side into the middle for Aiden Gone. Clevenger comes in and steals. Hudson leaves it for his cousin Bennett. Bennett tries to play it into the middle of Perigin, a little off target. Perigin's able to get back to it. Perigin turns with space. Perigin carrying in the middle of the field. Hamlin's back in the game. Good through ball to Hamlin. Hamlin into the top of the box, takes the shot, and saved by the keeper. That would have been fun. Hamlin just came back in the game. Would have been his first touch for a goal. Eagles into possession over to the near side. Reether defending. Played through Clevenger. Good job winning the ball, playing it back to the keeper. Boney settles it, looks at his options, plays it to the far side for Hamlin. Hamlin gets ran through, and the Eagles win the throw-in. Connor Perry at the line to check in on the next sub. On the far side, into the corner. Eagles play it across, breaks there, and deflects it away. Played into the middle. Brandon Schumacher working for the ball. Eagles are able to win it back. Good move to find space. Brandon Schumacher back to defend. Perigin there on the ball. Steps in and clears away, and it will be a throw-in for the Eagles. Eagles bringing some subs in, and Connor Perry subs in for Max Enrader. Max just playing great today. It's great to see him back on the field. Eagles back into play. Aiden Gone to the ball. Perigin steals. Perigin, good move to get back. Nutmegs the midfielder. On the run, good step up by the center back for the Eagles, and the Eagles into possession. Back into the middle of the field with some space. Played through, breaks there to deflect it to Hamlin. Hamlin pressuring the ball. Played down the line. Brant Smathers defending in front. Played to the top of the box. Perigin steps in and deflects. Brandon Schumacher plays it to Hamlin. Kason Hamlin gets the turn, plays it up ahead to Jackson. Jackson, just misread that, and the Eagles defender was able to step in and win it. Loose ball goes to Perigin. Perigin cuts it back, looking to play Thomas through. Ben Thomas on the run, gets a touch. Up ahead, goalie steps out and is able to clear it away. Good read by the keeper. Throw in for the Cougars. Perigin on the near side to take the throw. Finds Schumacher with some space. Schumacher challenged from behind. Jackson comes back to win it. Leaves it for Hamlin. Hamlin cuts it back to Schumacher. Schumacher in the middle of the field. Gets it to Perigin. Perigin holds up play. Finds space in between. Takes the shot. And great save by the keeper. Rolled to the far side. Eagles in possession with some space. Smathers, good feet, makes the steal. Smathers still in possession. Stolen back by Gaughan. Aiden Gaughan plays it down the line. Break defending. Eagles are able to make the turn into the top of the box. Smathers is back to help. Clevenger steps up, shot taken, and Boney's there for the save. Boney drops it to Clevenger. Clevenger chips it high into the air into the midfield. Jackson comes back to win the ball. Thomas is there on it. Thomas plays it over the top for Jackson. Jackson's all alone. He gets the first touch, cuts it back. Jackson looks at his options, drops it to Thomas. Thomas can't control the touch, and the Eagles are able to repossess. Ball played to the near side, out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Fight for possession in the midfield. Eagles are able to win it. Schumacher over to challenge. Ball played all the way across the field. Smathers defending. Smathers gets a touch on it. Still in play. Breaks there to help and sends it out of play for the throw-in for the Eagles. Line change for the Eagles. Eagles ready to take the throw. Ball played across the middle. Good first touch. Perry steps up to challenge. Stolen away by Thomas. Thomas drops it back to Clevenger. Clevenger clips it over to Reether. Reether, good patience, gives it back to Clevenger. Stolen away. Clevenger's able to get back to it. A little miscommunication on the sideline. Thomas is able to win it back. Into the midfield of Perigin. Perigin with space in front. Center back comes up to defend. Perigin chips it over the top for Hamlin. Hamlin fighting to get there first. Holds up play to Perigin. Oh, he's able to make the turn. Hamlin drops it back to Perigin. Perigin one-on-one with the center back. Eagles win the ball out of bounds. Throw in for the Cougars. Throw into Smathers. Smathers gets a touch down the line. Eagles play it wide out of bounds. And there'll be another throw in for the Cougars on the far side. Throw into Perigin. Running the end line. Still on the ball. Tries to cut it back. Perigin takes the shot, and that is, not sure what happened there actually. It is a goal kick for the Eagles. Let's see if we can see what happened here. Oh, Perigin back-heeled it. That's I was wondering why that went out that direction. All right, back into play. Eagles on the far side. Back across the middle, Perigin steals. Tries to nutmeg, stolen away by the Eagles. Ball over to the near side. Into the middle of the field for Gone. Plays it through. Smathers clears. Right to the Eagles defender. Into possession. Perigin's dragging. He's worked really hard today. Ball played through. Smathers is there. Plays it out of bounds to the far sideline, and more subs coming in the game. Brandon Schumacher subbing out for Ben. Perigin's on his knees, though. We need a sub for him. He's starting to cramp up now. I'm not sure what's going on. All right, Eagles are going to take the throw in. Perigin's going to stay in the game. Hamlin throws in on the far side. Ben Schumacher back in the game, gets a touch, looking to turn. Knocked away by the Eagles. And out of bounds, throw in for the Cougars. Smathers takes the throw. Out of bounds on the Eagles, Cougars throw. Perigin takes the big throw in down the line. And knocked out of bounds, throw in again for the Cougars into the offensive half. Perigin throwing over the top to Jackson. Keeper comes up, is able to track it down. He punts it away, side spinning ball over to the near side. Breather steps up, gets a good touch to Thomas. Thomas looking at his option, holds up play, cuts it back into the middle, plays it through to Jackson. Touched by the Eagles. Jackson gets a touch, falls to Perigin. Perigin sets up the shot, deflects away. Schumacher gets to it. Schumacher plays it through to Hamlin. Hamlin sets up the shot, plays it across, deflected away by the Eagles. Corner kick for the Cougars. Schumacher takes his time to get over to the ball. Brandon Schumacher subbing back in the game for the Cougars. Perigin's going to take a break. Probably won't go back in, just under 7 minutes to play. Thomas, Hamlin, Schumacher, and Jackson in the box. Ben Schumacher taking the kick. Ball falls and out to the far side. Eagles in possession. Jackson defended on the ball. Played back into the middle. Cougars are playing a flat back line of 5, so giving up a lot of midfield on those corners. Knocked out of bounds. Throw in for the Eagles. Schumacher defended in front. Played into the top of the box. Perry steps in. Chipped over. Clevenger is able to knock it down and clear it away. Into the middle of the field. Thomas steps in, wins possession. Thomas holds up play, looking for feet. Drop back to Reether on the back line. Reether plays it into the middle. He should play that back to the keeper. Oh, shot on goal, but can't put it on frame. Reether's using good patience there when receiving the ball, but rather than playing it in a square, you never want to square the back line. That should be a drop to the keeper or a wide to the sideline. Restarted play, Clevenger on the ball, chips it up to Brandon Schumacher in the midfield. He's able to turn. Still fighting for possession. Reether clears it away all the way up to Jackson. Sent back into the middle. Ben Schumacher's there. Ben's able to turn. Stolen away by the Eagles. Played through. Perry deflects. Brandon, good ball to Ben. And Jackson's actually hurt over here on the offensive side. Looks like he hurt his ankle. He's holding his left ankle. I'm going to stop the clock. I don't know. They've stopped the clock in the past on these injuries, so. Jackson's able to walk off on his own strength, but it's limping pretty strong. Three players on the Cougars bench, all hoping they don't have to be named to come back in. I think Dole's going to get the tag, though, because Anner's got his socks off, and so does Perigin. It is the Eagles' ball. They'll restart with a drop ball. Well, maybe Dole has his socks off too. Anderer's trying to put his back on. All right, we're restarting play. Oh, that's Wyatt Gilmore on the ball. I didn't even notice him earlier. Thomas plays it back to Clevenger. Clevenger loses the ball to the Eagles defender, or offensive player, I should say. Reether comes over to pressure all the way to the backside, goes over the top. Ben Schumacher comes in to pressure the ball. Drop to the back line, good touch into the middle, into space. Ball played through, Reether's able to deflect. Still in possession for the Eagles, Clevenger clears it away. Still in play, and throw in for the Eagles. More subs for the Eagles. Ball played into the top. Brandon gets a touch. Clevenger wins it over to Thomas. Thomas to Schumacher into a 1-2. Thomas on the run on the near side. Is able to keep it in. Eagles come back to defend. And Brandon Schumacher knocks it away. Throw in for the Eagles. Played into the middle of the field. Reether steps up, is able to get back to help. Good ball down the line as Clevenger comes over to defend. Clevenger makes the steal on the sideline. Opens up and plays it over the top. Nobody's there for the run, though. And it will roll all the way back into the box for the keeper. Eagles into the middle of the field. Ben comes up to defend. Played through. Reether gets a touch on it. Chips it back into the middle. Thomas comes to win the ball. Leaves it for Brandon over to Ben. Ben looking at his options. Makes the turn back into the middle. Gets it over to Brandon. Brandon back to Ben, deflected away by the Eagles. Ben wins it back. Looking to turn. The Eagles steal. Brandon steps in. Eagles back on the ball. Down the line, Clevenger's there. And chips it out of bounds for throwing for the Eagles. Under a minute to play. Actually, they didn't stop the clock on that injury, so that is the end of the game. So final score, Cougars 3, Eagles 1. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully this was a valuable resource for the players as they view this back. We'll send you through the second half highlights, or the JV half, more specifically, as we close out.